Welcome to the 5 for 2 podcast with me, your host Adele, where we say no to careers where you're trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. A place we discuss all things career, confidence, and money moves. I want to motivate, teach, and empower ambitious women to achieve more, earn more, feel more confident, and enjoy the work they do. It's all about believing you can have everything you want in your career and then going and getting it. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today we're talking about networking, but just not any old networking. Networking when you're an introvert. And how is it different and how can you adapt it so that it works for you? One of my followers over on Instagram actually asked me to do a post on this. And I thought, why do a post when we could do a whole episode instead? So here we are. You guys know, you may not believe it, but you know I'm a whole introvert. I've not recently, but like last year, I did like a test thing, like just a little cute online social media test that was like how much of an introvert you are. And it was like, put a finger down if you have done this before. I put all 10 fingers down. So that should let you know that I'm an introvert. I have hidden from people in public, people that I like. I have hidden at my own party before. I will not answer the door if you come and knock at my door and I haven't invited you. I don't even go and check who it is. I'm just not answering the door. I'll pretend to be on the phone, not to have to talk to people that I know. Just because my social battery is not as big as other people. I want to leave like an hour into a party. I'm usually potentially the first person, always to be honest, the first person to leave a party, a networking event. I don't go to networking events on my own, the in-person ones, not usually anyway. If I have to, I will. But most of the time I take like a friend, I take a security blanket with me. Like I'm a big old introvert. So yeah, for the first 6 months in most of my jobs and in one of my jobs, I specifically remember I never used to go into the lunchroom and I used to eat in my car because people would try and talk to me if I was in the lunchroom. So that's how introverted I am. Like it's that serious. I don't want to eat in the lunchroom because you're going to talk to me and because I don't want to make small talk and I just want to be alone with my thoughts. And that's fun for me. Being alone at home, fun for me. Me time, fun for me. You cancelling plans, fun for me. So yeah, me being on this podcast, fun for me. You don't see my face. I can just talk. I can look crazy if I want. I can just be chilled. Like, I love it. That's why when people ask me all the time, like, how come you haven't started a YouTube? Oh, because you'll have to see me. And I'm an introvert and I don't want to. And I just don't want to. It's too much exposure. I feel like even that would run down my social battery. I can't explain it to you, but I feel like it would. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. How do you network as an introvert? I think the first thing I'm going to say to all my fellow introverts, I love you, but you need to get out of your own way. That's where we're starting. We're starting strong today. There's all the other stuff I'm going to talk to you about, but I'm going to start with this. Get out of your own way. You're the problem. I love you, but you're the problem because I know I was the problem. I still am the problem a lot of the time. Sometimes when I don't network, it's not because I don't want to. Well, it is because I don't want to. But as much as I know how much it has benefited me in my career, I will still avoid events and networking events. I don't like in-person events. I'll do a online one. I'll do masterclasses, workshops, all of that fun stuff. I will network. I will go into breakout rooms, but I prefer online. Just the energy of having to go out and go on the train and see people and be around loads of people. Like it's just not really my vibe. But if I have to, I'll force myself. It is very hard. I don't even go to like one. I can't even say to you, I was about to say I go to at least one networking event in person a year. I can't tell you that's the truth because it's not. I go to my work networking events because I feel like I need to, it's about my career and to carry on. But I get invited to a lot of networking events that I don't go to. Actually, no. I do network because I network with some other coaches and some other UK coaches and we're all in a group together and I love it and I will go and have dinner with them. So that's networking. So that counts. So at least once a year, I do an in-person networking event. And I do speaking engagements. So you could class those as networking, but they don't really feel like networking because I go to speak. But then I do network with the people that are there. So that's the only time really I do in person. But I have learned to balance what I do because it has to feel good to me as an introvert. But it also has to help me. And that's why I'm telling you to get out of your own way. You can't keep saying I'm an introvert or I'm shy, because being shy is not necessarily about being an introvert. I just want to be really clear on that. People think that all introverts are shy. They are not the same thing. Being introverted means you like your own time, means when the only way for you to recharge is by yourself. You are not charged up by other people. You are charged by alone time, by solitude. But being shy and wanting alone time are not the same things. Like, I know a lot of introverts that aren't shy, but they still have a small social battery and they still want to be by themselves and they still charge up in solitude. So they are introverts, but let's not mix that up. But I know that sometimes you will class yourself as shy, not actually because you're shy, but because you have a low social battery. Because I do class myself as a shy person in certain situations, but I also think that when I really think about it, it's because I don't have the social battery for my friends who have like 30 friends and we're all out together and everyone's friends and everyone wants to talk to me. That's not a vibe for me. Like, so then I'll be like, oh, Adele comes off really shy. Like, Adele barely talks. No. I have this whole podcast. You don't know I can talk for England. It's not about that I don't want to talk. It's about there's too many of you and that's going to drain me and I just can't. It's not fun for me now. So I'd rather keep quiet and only speak to the people that I need to speak to. And this is what I need you guys to start doing. Let me get back on track because I feel like I keep going off on a tangent. And I'm going to probably do that a lot in this episode because I can relate to this topic so much. So get out of your own way. That's where we're starting. I need you to get out of your own way. And what I mean by that is stop telling yourself that you can't network because you're an introvert. Instead, I want you to think of it like this. There are parts of your current job that you do now. You have a 9 to 5, you have a job, and there are parts of it where you are forced to have to speak to more people than you want to, but you do it because it's part of your job description. I want you to think of networking as part of your job description. You want more money, it's part of your job description to be able to get that money. If you want better opportunities, it's part of the job description to be able to get it. I think about networking as a part of my job description. I think about going on work, events after work with the team and stuff, team building events, team building activities as part of my job description. I think of them as I am getting paid to do this. I'm getting something in return. I have to do it because it's part of my job. You already do things as an introvert in your job that you don't enjoy. Like for me, all the Teams meetings that these people want me to be on with 500 people, all the Zoom meetings these people want me to be on, it's too much. You could send me an email and I'd action it and you'd get the same result as it is you needing to see my face. All these Teams meetings are too much. All these in-person meetings to make a meeting, to talk about another meeting are too much, especially for someone like me, who's an introvert and also who likes problem solve. If it takes you 5 meetings to get a problem solved when actually I think we could have done it in 1 or 2, you have already stressed me out. Okay? So as much as in-person stresses me out, so does constantly being on. If I've got like 7 meetings for the day, it's too much. But it's my job and I do it and I force myself to do it. And then after those meetings, I put myself on Do Not Disturb for the rest of the day because I don't want to talk to no one after that. However, it's part of my job description, so I do it. It's the same. I know so many introverts that are in like customer-facing roles. They're in sales, they're in nursing, they're in childcare. Like they are in roles where they are forced to be around humans. I don't know why we all choose jobs like that. Like, can someone tell me if you're an introvert, are you in like customer-facing roles? Like, and why have we chosen these fields? I think often it's because, like, for me, I like helping people. So being in front of people is the only way I can help them, or talking to people is the only way I can help them. However, it does go against my natural nature. So if you can go against your natural nature for your job, you can do it to benefit yourself. That's really important as well. Because if you're doing it in your 9 to 5 by force because you have no choice, otherwise you wouldn't have that job, then why are you not doing it to benefit yourself? Because that just shows you care more about helping your employer than you care about helping yourself, because you're willing to do it for them, but you're not willing to do it for yourself. So get out of your own way. Yes, you can network. Yes, you can speak to people. Start thinking about it as part of your job description, because it's going to be the thing that helps you get access to better opportunities, more money, better job titles, better companies, better benefits. Like, there are just so much that is attached to networking, so much you can find out from your network as well. Like, my network's helped me learn so many new things, given me podcast ideas. Look, you guys are in my network and one of my followers gave me this podcast idea. So what I'm saying to you is, like, your network is really your net worth, honestly. So get out of your own way. Secondly, quality over quantity. You don't need to speak to everyone in the room. You don't need to be in every situation at every time. You need to weigh up which networking events are most important. And if none of them feel important to you, but there's 5 a year, I need you to pick at least 2 or 3 that you're going to. I'd probably pick 3 out of 5, but 2 is okay. You need to go to some. And then if you're only going to go to 2 out of 5 networking events for your current company, let's just say, 5 times a year your company gets together, for whatever it is, at least 2 of those times I need you to be there. The other times, make up whatever excuses it is that you usually make up as an introvert, because I know you do, because I have my excuses on hand. They are ready to go at all times. I always have a reason why I can't come. The truth is, I'm scared and I don't want to. So when you do go to these events that you've chosen to go to, I need it to be a quality meeting. Sometimes what introverts do is we go to all of the things and it's not quality. We're just there to be there. We're in the corner. We're not talking to anyone. We're talking to our team. We're talking to the people we already know. And we're just over there in the corner and we're not talking to new people. We're not actually networking because we're just staying in the current network that we have. That's not how you grow. So I'm going to need you to actually, if you decide, instead of going to all the things, you don't need to be at all the things, go to 2 of the things, but actually speak to the right people. And what I mean by that is if I'm at a networking event and my boss is there, my boss's boss is there, and key people, key players in the business, big people that I know that are really respected or looked up to or really liked, those well-liked people who tend to not be the people that are great at their job, but tend to be the people that are the most outgoing, I will go and speak to all those people. Do you know how many extroverts love me? Because I know how to play the game. If you need me to be super social, I can. For an allotted space of time. I can be social for a specific amount of time because, like I said, my social battery is going to run out very quickly. So as to not make it run out too quickly, I speak to the people that matter. The people that can affect your career are the people that are liked. If they are liked and then you are liked by them, then you are liked by association. They will talk about you in rooms that you're not in and say, like, oh, have you thought of using Adele? Because, like, I really like her. She's got a really good attitude. Yeah, people saying that about you because you spoke to that key person. Are you impressing your boss's boss? Like, make sure your boss's boss likes you. Make sure your boss's boss's boss likes you. Like, the higher up that people that like you, like, make an impression on senior people if you want to get ahead in your career. Because I promise you, if your boss's boss loves you and your boss kind of likes you but not that much, your boss's boss is above them. They will advocate for you. Be liked by the right people. Now, once you have gone around the room, said your hellos, done a bit of small talk, we all hate small talk, but introverts, I need you to get good at small talk. I need you to, again, act like small talk is a part of your job description. Find out about them. One thing us introverts are good at is observation and listening. We have great listening skills. Use that to your advantage. I will go and speak to the key people in the room and listen. Did someone get married? Did someone go on holiday with their wife and kids and it was a disaster or it was amazing and they've just been to Hawaii? Whatever it is, listen. Use your listening skills and remember. Say I speak to 5 people at that event. I remember key things about each person. If you need to, when you finish, go and make notes in your phone so that you don't forget. When you talk to these people again, you bring it back up. You say like, oh, I remember when we last spoke, blah, 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 blah. Or if they told you that they were starting a course and they were going to be learning how to speak Spanish or they were going to be learning a leadership course. Oh, how's your course going? I remember you mentioned it to me the last time I saw you. They're like, oh my gosh, Adele's so nice. She really cares about what I have to say. And it's not that I'm not caring about what people have to say, but it's that I know that that is a good strategy for networking. People will like me if I remember stuff about them. People will like me if I ask about their kids and about their life. That's just how you build human connection. So introvert, I'm going to need you to do that. Quality conversations with the right people. Stop talking to your current team who you speak to every day. They are already advocating for you. They are already on side. Hopefully they already like you. Speak to other people that can impact your career. My team, I love them and I need them to love me because they need to see great things about me. But the money resides in other conversations. Go and have those. If you go to networking events outside of your company, the same applies. If I start speaking to someone and I like them and I want to get to know that person. That's great. But I'm not going to make friends with them and then stay with them the whole time. That is what I used to do. What I'm going to do instead is speak to at least 3 other people. Again, it's quality over quantity. I know sometimes when you go to a networking event, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to speak to at least as many people as I can. But that doesn't work for us as introverts. That will work for an extrovert because they absolutely bloody love it. For us, we need to take our time and speak to less people, but make those conversations count. I have been able to make friends with people online through my coaching who have just wanted to network with me and have been like, do you want to have a virtual coffee chat? I'd love to know more about what you do. And then they've told me more about what they do. And some of them are coaches and some of them own different businesses. They're entrepreneurs. But those people, like I can say it's a small handful of people that I've gotten to know over the last 6 years, 5, 6 years. But one thing I'll say is that some of those people have recommended me and bought me business. Like people have paid me because some of those people have recommended me and said how amazing I was because I have had quality conversations. I care about who they are and I've got to know them. I've used my skills to my advantage, my skills of listening, my skills of observation. I've used those to my advantage to build strong relationships with the people that I do talk to. I don't have the energy to talk to all the people, but if I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk to people and make it count. So make sure your interactions count. And again, like I said, quality over quantity. It's not how many people you speak to, it's who you speak to. Another tip I'll give introverts. When you go to networking events, wear something a little bit colourful. I know we don't like to stand out. Like that's the worst thing because then people are going to talk to us. That's what you want at a networking event. If you're wearing something interesting, like I love a big hoop earring. Now, I don't do that for work, but I will do that for outside work networking events. Big hoop earring. People will be like, oh my God, your earrings are massive. Conversation started right there. I'll make a joke about it. Maybe they'll make a joke about it. Maybe they'll say something inappropriate. You know the joke I'm talking about, which everyone says, which annoys me, but it's also a little bit funny as well. And then I also think it's funny. So sometimes I will drop it, but it's a conversation starter. I wear something nice, like I look really done. And it doesn't have to be colourful, just like maybe stand out a little bit more than you normally would. Like I wear something that looks really nice and that I know people will compliment me on. And they'll be like, oh, I really like your top. Where's it from? Conversation started. Listen, extroverts love a conversation. If you've got something that you're wearing that they like, they're going to come and talk to you just because that's how they are. Guess what? That's a conversation. That's one person you spoke to. Make it easier for yourself. I'm very responsive, so I don't necessarily reach out to people to network with them. But a lot of people reach out to me and are like, oh, can we have a coffee chat? I love when that happens. People reach out to me and are like, can I be on your podcast? Absolutely love it. Because some of these people I actually really respect and love, and I would love to ask them, but I just sometimes don't have it in me or I just don't ask. And I know I tell you guys all the time, ask for what you want. In your career, absolutely. In your business, absolutely. I take a little bit longer. I might be wanting to ask someone for 6 months and then in month 7, I will ask them to be on my podcast. Why? Because it takes me a little bit longer. Also, I know that when I ask them, I'm going to have small talk with them and get to know them and chat to them. I have to be prepared for that, mentally prepared. Sometimes for some people, mental preparation might take a week. For me, it might take months. Sometimes it might take weeks, but often it takes months. Therefore, when people reach out to me, I love it. I welcome it. If you're listening now and you want to be on my podcast, just reach out. I'm going to speak to you. I love it. It makes my life easier because I don't have to reach out to you. So just a little FYI. So if you want people to reach out to you, stand out. I make sure I stand out on my podcast and in my business so people reach out to me. You don't want to have to be the person who makes the first move. Wear something colourful, wear something bright, wear something that makes you stand out. It doesn't necessarily have to be colourful, but it should make you stand out. I'm not saying go in with a feather boa. Like, let's not go too far. I'm not saying put a feather in your hat. We're not saying be dramatic. What I'm saying is be noticeable. It might be something as simple as your nails. My nails are usually what gets me the most attention. They're reasonably long, quite long. Some might say ghetto. Not at all. I don't agree. I love my nails, but they are reasonably long. I also usually have really pretty designs on them. I keep it simple because obviously work, but I'm a remote worker. So I'm a remote part-time worker. So I'm not always considering like when I need to go into the office. That happens every now and again, how my nails look. But, I might have a little bit of glitter on there, might have a little heart or something. And if I go to an event outside of work, oh my gosh, my nails are the talking point. I'll be shopping and people will say to me, oh my God, I love your nails. Where did you get your nails done? Talking point. Even my eyelashes are quite a lot. Like I get my eyelashes done. There are a lot of people who will be like, oh, I love your eyelashes. Make something of yourself stand out. For me, it's my nails. It's that simple. It doesn't need to be an outfit. I am going to wear black, grey, maybe white if it's hot. But they're the colours I stick to. They're boring. They're dark. I can blend into the background. I'm okay with that. But my nails are usually something that people are going to say like, oh, Adele, I love your nails. There we go. Conversation started. So if you, not only do you need to think about quality over quantity, how can you stand out so that you don't have to initiate conversations? How can you stand out so you can be responsive? How can you use your skills to your advantage when you're networking? Listening and observing. These are great skills. Like, you're an introvert, but you have amazing skills that make you great. I feel like I'm a good leader and a good manager because I listen. I know so much about my team. They'll be like, oh my gosh, how did you even remember that? I also observe how they work. And I'm like, okay, this person works like this and this person works like this. Right. So I need to manage this person this way and this person this way. Why am I able to identify that really quickly? It's my superpower as an introvert. As an introvert, my superpower is to be able to observe and see what someone needs. Use it to my advantage. My superpower is able to listen and take in information, use it to my advantage. So when people are thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm so lovely and I love everyone. No. I use my introvert superpower to make you think that I love everyone. And I got to know you and I use that back with you so that I could build a quality relationship with you. Next bit of advice. How do you network as an introvert? Reach out to people on LinkedIn. Yes, that is scary. I know, but this comes back to get out of your own way. On LinkedIn, you're not going to get as many people reaching out to you. You will, but they might not be the people that you want to speak to. So it's a little bit harder to wait for the reach out. And there are things you can do to get people to reach out to you. Change your headline on LinkedIn. If you know you're looking for a certain job in a certain industry, make sure your headline has that keywords in it, like that industry in it. Otherwise, no one's reaching out to you. So what's your headline? My headline is something like career and confidence coach, self-doubt stopper, podcast host. I can't even remember, but it's everything that I am that I want people to reach out to me. If I was trying to grow my HR and recruitment career, it wouldn't have any of that in there. It would literally say something like HR professional, supporting companies in having the best people. Or like I would think of a really cool tagline, but my headline would not be anything to do with my career coaching because I would be leading with what I am trying to get into or what I'm trying to grow. So change your headline if you want people to reach out to you, the right people. However, you do need to put some legwork in. Get out of your own way. I want you to reach out to people who are currently doing the job you're interested in or have done the job that you're interested in. If you're in a current industry and you're trying to upgrade, I want you to reconnect with people that are in that industry. If you're in HR, you want to connect with other HR professionals. Firstly, join groups. Groups are great because you can just join the group and then there's loads of people in the group and then you can just pick and choose and be selective. Or you can comment on comment on a post that's in the group, be super interesting. People will respond to you and say, oh, I really liked your take on that. This is how, as introverts, we can get the attention we want and speak to people without having to necessarily go too far out of our comfort zone. But you are going to have to reach out to people and not be scared of the no, because you're going to get no's sometimes. And it's not even a no. Usually on LinkedIn, people don't say no to you. They just ignore you. Two things I want you to do is firstly, check their profile. When was the last time they commented or posted something? That's usually an indicator, because sometimes someone will reach out to me or want to connect with me and it will say like, last time they commented on something was 9 months ago. I can tell that they don't use their LinkedIn. So what is the point in me messaging them and then feeling bad when they don't respond to me? They don't even use their LinkedIn. They probably don't even see the message. And when they do come back on LinkedIn after like 10 months, 11 months, a year and see my message, they're not going to then message me back. So are they active on LinkedIn? That goes for everyone, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. Like, is the person active on LinkedIn before you reach out to them? Then I want you to reach out to them by saying something like, hi, your career really impressed me. And this is after you connect. Sorry, I just need to go back one step. You need to connect with someone to be able to message them unless you've got LinkedIn Premium. If you've got LinkedIn Premium, then you can message anyone. FYI. Also, if you want to be able to start a conversation with them, when you send the connection request, it lets you write something in there. I don't use that often. I'm going to be really honest. I just don't. But if you want to speak to someone, you could just put a note in the request. So, when you send the connection request, you could say, hi, your career really impresses me because HR is an area I'm trying to develop in, or I'm trying to develop my career the same as you and I'm trying to go in the same direction. Something like that. It only lets you have a few words. Send. They'll read that and be like, oh, that's sweet. Let me connect with you. Now you're connected. Once you're connected, you send them a message. Your message could be something as simple as, hi, thanks for accepting my connection request. I know you're probably super busy, but if you have 5 minutes, I would love to do a virtual chat with you, or I would love to ask you a couple of questions about your career because you seem to be on the same path that I'm trying to go down, or you're in a similar position to me, or you work for a company that I'm really interested in working for, and I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Do you have 5 minutes? Like something like that. Just send them a request. It is helpful. One of my clients did that, and she was able to get an in-person to person meeting because she works in London, the person works in London. They did a quick coffee, spoke. She learnt loads of things from this person in the short, they were only together like 15 minutes because the person was short on time. She learnt so much. We were able to use that in her CV, and she's been able to use that information in interviews so that she could get offers. Why? Because she reached out. It was one person. To be fair, she only reached out to like 4 or 5 people. And if I'm honest, of all my clients that I've ever worked with, one of my clients who was an introvert, when I said to her to start networking, she had reached out to like 15 people. I don't even reach out to that many people, but she went all in. And you know what? Her going all in meant she had 2 interviews for a more senior role that she'd never done before and that she didn't think she could get. And she'd tried before but been turned down. Couldn't even get shortlisted before. She ended up with 2 shortlists, 2 interviews, 1 offer. Guys, what's better than that? What's better than a ratio of 1 to 2, like 2 to 1? Like you went on 2 interviews, you got 1 offer. Lovely. Lovely. You know how many of us have to go on 10 interviews before we get 1 offer? But it was because she networked so well that she got to learn the industry. She got to ask questions about what type of things do you think they'll ask me in an interview. She got to get all the information she needed for the CV that we were rewriting. Listen, that networking elevated her to the next level. I'm not telling you to talk to 15 people. I'm telling you to, again, quality. Pick 3 or to 5 people that you like the look of on LinkedIn. Check if they are active and then reach out and ask if you can have a chat. Also, a part of building your network is just reaching out to loads of people on LinkedIn and just connecting. You don't need to talk to them. You just connect. They then might post something that you're interested in. You like the post and maybe you do a comment on the post. Again, outside your comfort zone. I know as an introvert, you're like, oh, why am I commenting so everyone can see my comment? Just do it. If you have a great thought, how many times have you had a really good thought and not said it? And then like 2 weeks later, you've seen someone else or you've heard someone else say the same thing that you thought 2 weeks ago that you could have said in the meeting and got a response. Again, this is off tangent and this is nothing to do with networking. But if you're that person that doesn't like to speak up in meetings, if you have an idea, straight after the meeting, send it to your boss. Because I promise you, someone else is thinking the same thing, but you thought it first. But because you was too shy or you was too scared or you was too nervous or you just didn't want to have a whole conversation in the meeting because social battery, just do that. Anyway, back to networking. Use LinkedIn, send invitations to loads of people, build your network. Respond to people when they ask you something or when they speak to you. When someone speaks to you, speak back to them. I know sometimes it's like, oh, small talk, you don't want to do it, but small talk is really what helps propel your career forward. And like I said, we don't need to be in everyone's face all the time. Other part of networking, if you're like me, because of how I am, I like to keep the same people that do the same thing. So I've had the same hairdresser for years. I've had the same person who does my nails for years. Like, I like to go to the same people. It's comfort, and also that I get comfortable with them. And then when I speak to them, I feel comfortable talking to them. Like, they don't drain my social battery. They get used to me and they don't talk to me too much because they're used to me. They know that I'm going to say, hi, how are you? And that's it. Like, we don't need to talk the whole time. But those are also network connections. Those people that you're used to and you're comfortable speaking to, when they ask you how's work going, you can say to them, oh, I'm actually looking for something new right now. Listen, those people might be the people that help you get more opportunities. I know for a fact, I've told you guys this before, my lady who does my eyelashes, she helped me get freelance work. She helped me get a freelance job because she recommended me. The person met with me and was like, oh, let's just try you out and see if we like you. And they liked me. And now I freelance for that person. But that's because someone who in my network recommended me because I have a conversation with her. Why? Because I'm comfortable with her. She's been doing my eyelashes since 2017. At this point, we're friends, okay? Because 2017, you've been doing my eyelashes every month since 2017. I don't want to go to no one else. So it's too much. I like you. You know me as well. So it's easy for us to have a conversation. So as you're building your network and you are having these long-term connections, use them to your advantage. Speak to people about what you're doing. Again, you do not have to speak to the entire world, but speak to people, a small amount of people with a strong interaction will give you the same results as someone who's speaking to hundreds of people. I promise you, because they've got more numbers. So it's more likely they'll build a quality relationship because they're speaking to so many people. You just need to be very intentional about, if I'm speaking to someone, let me make this count. I have made friends with people in different countries that when they have come to London, we have met up. When I have gone to America, we have met up. Why? Because I have networked with them. But my network is still, in my mind, quite small. But guess what? Those people that I'm in the network with know other people and recommend me to other people. So actually my network is huge because the people I know people, and those people know more people, and those people know more people. So you do not have to have a massive network yourself. You just have to have quality connections for people that really like you and want to advocate for you. I hope this episode has helped someone, because I know when it comes to my clients, networking is something, especially since like the beginning of 2024, is something that I really encourage my clients to work on, because it's what's going to help you in the current job market. The job market is hard, has been since sort of like mid 2023. It got harder and harder and harder. There are way more people looking for jobs than there are actual jobs. And that's only in certain industries. But in certain industries, you've got hundreds of people looking for jobs, but you've only got a handful of jobs. So being able to network and actually pushing yourself to network is what will help you make the difference. So to recap, is quality over quantity. Think about the hard parts of networking as if they are part of your job description. Just like you force yourself to do things at your 9 to 5, force yourself to do things as part of your networking. Get out of your own way. And make sure your interactions are quality. Make sure you are building strong connections. Use your superpowers to your advantage. Listening and observation are most introvert superpowers. Use that to your advantage. Make people think you love them because you remembered something about them, when actually all you did was use your skill of listening. Use that listening, either write it down after the meeting with them or remember it if you've got a good memory, and repeat it back to them. Ask them about their kids. That's how you do small talk. And I know you don't want to, but we need to network. There's going to be people in your network that won't help you right now, but 5 years from now might be the person that helps you get the job that you really want. 5 years from now might be the person that helps you hit 6 figures that you've been trying to hit. You don't know. Networks are not just for instant gratification or for what you get right now. They are for the long term, especially as introverts. We will usually stay connected to the same people for years and years and years and years and years because we've built quality connections. Those people, you do not know where they will be in a few years. You do not know what companies they might own in a few years. You do not know what businesses they might have. You do not know what C-suites they might sit in, which will help you. Start now, start today, and happy networking. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I will see you next week in a new episode. I hope this episode gave you exactly what you needed and motivated you to confidently take steps towards your next career move. If you enjoyed it, screenshot and share it on your socials, tag me on Instagram, and come join my community of amazing women working on leveling up their confidence and career. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.